What's up, sports fans? Welcome to your best 30 minutes of the entire weekend. That's another episode of FOX54's Sports Extra. If you're up late, thank you so much. You are a real one, and I appreciate you. Of course, we had rain delays and racing and football all day long, but now let's just give you a recap of what went down this past week around the state and the region with what's on tap. Postseason action for college baseball and softball are in full swing. I've got updates from all your regionals and even the Women's College World Series. The World Cup beginning this week, and Team USA is gearing up for a tough stretch. We'll talk to their manager and hook you up with all things soccer. Some familiar names on the ballot for this year's College Football Hall of Fame, and we'll tell you who they are. Plus, big news from college basketball. Break down the Rocket City Classic along with the SEC ACC Challenge, and we'll wrap things up with Best of the Week. All right, let's talk some baseball, everyone. The Auburn Tigers were on the brink of elimination during the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals after a late-night loss on Friday to in-conference foe Ole Miss. Tigers needing to win both games left in the series. They wanted a spot in Omaha. We head to Plainsman Park on Saturday. Top of the fourth, Bud Terrell ground ball sneaks by the second baseman. It'll be Chris Rimbert coming to score, but the Rebs get Terrell in a pickle, and he's stuck in between first and second. But wait, in comes Ethan Bigeman, and he'll be safe at home. And all of a sudden, Auburn's on top, 2-0. Now, Ole Miss looking for some action. It'll be Judd Uttermark sending in a fly ball in the deep right center. This will drop. Braden Randall will across the home plate. Dom Decker racing home as well. Dives in safely, and we're all knotted up at 2 apiece. Then we get to the 8th inning. Will Furnish ripping one in the right field. This is a laser shot, and it's out of here. Ole Miss takes a 4-2 lead over the Auburn Tigers. Now, the next at bat, it'll be Tristan Becerra popping one in the right, the bat flip, and all the extremities. This one clears the wall as well. And the monstrous 8th inning is the difference maker. Ole Miss returns to the College World Series for the 7th time. They end Auburn's season, beating them 5-3 on Saturday.
This has been one of my most joyous years. And a lot of times that's because Bub's over there smiling, or seeing one of these guys actually hook it up, or, some of the series we've won on the road last week was absolutely hard and tremendous at the same time. Even if it kind of felt abrupt at the ending, this has been one of my best journeys.
All right, down in Tuscaloosa, Alabama had a 7-2 lead over St. John's in the 8th inning when the game was postponed due to weather. The delay lasted for more than 6 hours, and around 10 p.m., a decision was made to postpone it officially until Monday morning at 11 a.m. All right, let's move over to softball now. Patrick Murphy and the Alabama softball team dropping both of their games early in the week to Texas Tech. Texas Tech pitcher Najah Kennedy pitched 7 innings. She struck out 6 tied batters and completed a scoreless game in a 2-0 decision. Now the Crimson Tide season, it came to an end with a 56-9 record. After that contest, Coach Patrick Murphy telling us what this team meant to him.
It's one of the best player-led teams I've ever had in 28 years, and it was this one right here. As a coach, that's what you hope for, is the players lead the team, because it makes my job easy. I don't have to discipline anybody. I mean, it's very, very enjoyable as a coach to watch that happen. And basically, you hope you don't screw it up. Just a great group.
So Texas Tech was in the championship against Texas. Texas taking game 1. How about game 2? 3rd inning, no score. Lauren Allred hitting this Cidaly Gutierrez pitch, and Leighton Good can't come up with it. 1-run scores. Texas Tech up 1-0. In the 5th inning, it'll be Caden Henry lines one off of Najah Kennedy. But check out Logan Holloman reaching out and making a great grab right there. Patrick Mahomes is loving it for his alma mater. Texas Tech still on top, 1-0. Let's go to the 5th. Base loaded for Texas. Vivian Martinez hits the Kennedy pitch to Haley Toney. She can't make the throw at 3rd. That's an error. Texas now leads 2-1. Let's go to the 7th inning. Same score. Caden Henry takes Kennedy deep, and that ball is gone. That's a solo shot, and the Horns now on top, 3-1. Bottom of the 7th we go, same score. It'll be Tegan Cavine into close. She strikes out Mia Williams swinging. Then it'll be Amaya Davis striking out, and Texas wins 4-1. They are back-to-back national champs in softball.
just a lot of hard work and belief in one another, and different people stepping up at different times. So Lala Gutierrez doing her job for us. When Tegan was like a little, tired, just those plays, and then the big plays when they're big moments. That's what it takes in this tournament, and then to be able to get those insurance runs in that last game was huge for us.
The horns don't say die. We weren't giving up, and we weren't gonna let one game stop from getting to the end goal.
It took Texas fight. It took this team trusting each other in all the pressure moments. It took the love that we have for each other. It took everything we had to come out and pull out these wins.
A lot of fight, a lot of love, a lot of belief. I mean, you could never count us out, and we just got it out of the way.
And congratulations to those young ladies there. Plus, the SEC has another championship. We're in the month of June, and Juneteenth is quickly approaching. Of course, the national holiday commemorates the emancipation of slavery in the United States. This weekend, Rock City Trash Pan is celebrated by paying tribute to the Negro Leagues of years past. This is the pregame kickback at Toyota Field on Saturday. You can see an exhibit from the Negro Southern League Museum, which is located in Birmingham. Right next to it, Jerome White putting together art pieces highlighting black culture. He says the culture spans far beyond the creativity on the canvas.
Showing people, well, mostly for the kids, exactly what we can do with art. You can express yourself, mostly culture. When I paint, it's culture. That's what it is. It's everything and everything I do. Not just art. It's it's how we walk, it's how we breathe, it's how we talk, it's everything. Think about it like this. It's hard enough to be a professional athlete. Imagine doing it during Jim Crow.
All right, let's take our first sports media timeout. Coming up next, the world's biggest sporting event getting underway this week across North America. We've got some special reports along with highlights from USA's friendly with Germany. That's next.
We're coming in hot with the new Hot Honey Crisp What a Chicken Sandwich. Tangy red pepper cheese, crispy fried chicken, and that sweet hot honey. Just don't get lost in the sauce. For a limited time at What a Burger.
The radical left tries to weaken our culture, our country, and our elections. Not in Alabama. I'm Wes Allen. As Secretary of State, I fought liberals and won. I banned curbside voting, banned absentee ballot application harvesting, and helped put the cheaters in handcuffs. I'm Wes Allen. As your Lieutenant Governor, I'll fight every day to keep the radicals from stealing what we hold dear in Alabama.
Conservative record, not rhetoric. Wes Allen.
I will never stop fighting for Alabama values.
When life drops the unexpected, Alpha is here, turning what now into what's next. Resolving your claims quickly, because clarity beats chaos, and knowing now is better than wondering when. We handle the hassle, because your peace of mind matters, and so does the journey ahead. That's life with Alpha.
Soldier, husband, father. Alabama conservative Barry Moore is rooted in his faith and service to country. It's why President Donald J. Trump endorsed Barry Moore for Senate. Moore is stopping illegal immigration and fighting for the Trump agenda. President Trump knows the Senate needs Barry Moore, giving Barry his complete and total endorsement. Barry Moore, Trump endorsed, Trump approved. Defend American Jobs is responsible for the content of this ad.
Now at Whataburger, you can get the new Big Ranch Wrap for $3, 5 premium Whata chicken bites for $4, or a bacon cheese Whataburger Jr. for $5. Add fries and a drink for a little more. Now that's a Whata deal at Whataburger. Download the app.
What's your case worth? Injury.com by Morgan & Morgan.
Welcome back, everyone. While the world is about to set its sights on some of the biggest names in soccer, there's a group of players with hopes of being able to represent their country at some point in their careers. Huntsville City FC paving the way for their recently formed academy, and with the young talent and their journeys, they're just beginning. Here's Gabe Glassman.
Here at Wicks Family Field,
Drop deeper.
It's not just Huntsville City FC you'll find training.
I just always thought it was going to be a great opportunity for just something that we can build here and be a player that can go up and play for the first team in the stadium.
The HCFC Academy made its debut in September 2025, starting with under 13 and 14 groups, expected to go all the way to U19 in the coming years.
This is an amazing opportunity for us, our age, to get to maybe play with the first national team.
For players, it's a big opportunity to learn from coaches who have seen talent at every level, like head coach Babiela Sadade, who has played through the pros.
It's challenging every step, every level. It just gets faster and physical and more speed. So not just physically, but mentally.
It's fun having a coach that I've already played in the league, and just like him teaching us that, like the ways that he got taught when he played in the league, and he just could give us that for a better benefit.
Just a high-level coaching and a great opportunity to get to the next level.
I wish I had the opportunity to play in a stadium like this with facilities like this, but I get to coach in it, so I'm grateful.
For these young stars, the talent about to be on display across the country is inspiring, and for some, they're traveling to experience it live.
Definitely the group chats are going to be firing enough when I text the boys and say, hey, did you guys see that? Did you see that?
I will very hope to play at that level sometime.
It's very inspiring. Hope I could be there eventually, and I'm going in Atlanta too.
We get to see like players and like everybody who we dreamed in watching on TikTok or like YouTube or on TV, and we have like jerseys on like their name on the back of our shirts.
I got tickets for my birthday today, and it's gonna be fun. I've always loved watching the World Cup. I'm just excited to see the players, especially the player from Hoover that came from that homegrown division, to make it all the way there is very special, and we can definitely do that as well.
All right, Team USA begins their journey against Paraguay in Los Angeles this upcoming Friday. But this past weekend, the guys in the red, white, and blue playing their final tune-up match in Chicago before the tournament officially kicks off across the continent. They were up against Germany, who's up 1-0, 37-minute corner ball popped up to Anthony Robinson off the volley, the booming shot, and it's into the back of a net. What a goal, a rip and a flip right there as he uses the force and to get a strike of beauty to equalize things right before halftime. Yeah, let's show you the back flip, and then he'll stick the landing right there. 57-minute now, Germany working deep. Jamal Masala finds Kai Havertz, and that's the back over to Leroy Sane, who slots it into the bottom left corner. Leroy Sane giving Germany the go-ahead score, and they go on to beat the U.S. by final of 2-1. Remember, everything counts from here on out. Here is the head coach of Team USA.
I am so happy with the commitment and how the team was. Thinking also that we conceded in the first action and how the reaction was. I think we need to be happy because, again, a team like Germany, you concede a goal from the beginning in the first action on the game. And then the reaction was really positive. And after we finish the first half, we dominate Germany, and we create chances, not only to draw the games, winning the game, go to the after 45 minutes. I think is a good signal for us.
All right, looking ahead on Fox 54, we're celebrating the FIFA World Cup with a Fox 54 World Cup special. You can join Gabe Glassman and yours truly today at 5 p.m. It'll be available to watch anytime on the Fox 54 YouTube page, along with the Fox 54 app. Download on your TV and watch for free. And of course, Fox Sports is your home for the world's biggest sporting event, which is the World Cup. The action on the pitch begins on June the 11th. You can see it all right here on Fox 54. Okay, for the second time in 3 seasons, the Auburn Tigers are the national champions of men's golf. The Tigers wrapping up another title recently on the West Coast. The top-ranked squad from the Plains never trailed in the championship final, distancing themselves on the back nine. All-American and Player of the Year Jackson Coyvin fell behind early in his match, but rallied back and eventually took control following the 6th hole. Freshman Logan Riley clinched the victory for the Tigers with par on hole 18. Overall, another solid effort by the guys in blue and orange.
Can't put it into words. I mean, it's just a blessing, just really special. We fought so hard this week, and I'm just so proud of these guys. I mean, they have so much guts and so much grit, and they play so hard for each other. Incredible connectivity. So I told them, I just challenged them last night, just enjoy the walk. You may never be back in this situation again in a team sport, and just enjoy it and go out there and compete your butts off.
All right, the city of Huntsville continues to be a hot spot for premier college sporting events, especially in basketball. CUSA, they'll continue to host the Conference USA championships through the end of the decade, and at the end of course, that's at the end of the regular season. And during the midseason, you've got the Rocket City Basketball Classic. It's a game that has a solid matchup coming up in December. Early in the week, the Huntsville Sports Commission announcing that Auburn and Middle Tennessee will square off on December the 15th at the BBC. Head coaches Stephen Pearl and Nick Madevitt were on hand to promote the mid-December contest. The Tigers and Blue Raiders, they're both coming off winning seasons, and a win in December will certainly help either squad in those net rankings.
For us, we try and be strategic about it. So coming to Huntsville, right? We have close to 10,000 alumni here, and we came up here a couple years ago and we had a sold-out arena, and I thought that was really beneficial for us to program to play a really good Asheville team, and we're going to make another big step in playing a really good MTSU team this year coming up.
It's hard for programs like Middle Tennessee and teams in Conference USA to get these kind of opportunities. So again, for the chance to play a program like Auburn, particularly on a neutral site floor, is one that we just couldn't pass up.
Sticking with basketball, Alabama guard Aiden Holloway has a shot at a second chance. According to ESPN, Holloway can have his felony drug charges dismissed if he completes a second chance program. The program includes a $1,300 fine, community service, and drug and alcohol screening. So we'll keep you posted on that. Now, focusing on our young talent has been something Athens High School alumnus Richard Hendricks has been passionate about for many years. The former NBA standout hosting his annual basketball camp on Friday. It was once again held at the Harvest Youth Club, and of course, you can see just a ton of kids getting lessons directly from Hendricks himself. Now, the former Alabama standout says that this camp has been returning for more than a decade, and he says he'll continue to provide knowledge to the next generation.
The kids are the future, and when you have an opportunity to share some of the knowledge and the wisdom that was given to you as a child, then it's only right to continue to pay it forward. So it's been a lot of fun to see the kids grow, and I'm going to continue to do my part. Anytime I can come home and help contribute to the growth of the game, it means a lot to me. The kids seem to love the game, and when we come to this camp every year, the enthusiasm goes up a notch every single year.
Staying on the hardwood, the SEC-ACC Challenge returning for its fourth season, and the matchups were officially announced this week. Both Alabama and Auburn are going on the road this year. The Tigers will take on the Clemson Tigers on December the 1st. The Crimson Tide, they'll head down to Coral Gables, Florida to take on the U, Miami. Now, Richard Hendricks, of course, is an analyst for SEC Network with college basketball, so we got his thoughts on the upcoming clashes while we were with him.
The SEC-ACC Challenge has been really good for the conference in the last couple of years. I think Alabama will have a strong team as well as Auburn. Alabama making a deep run in the NCAA tournament, weathering some injuries and whatnot and losing players, but, they had a strong year. And Auburn with an NIT championship, I think it looks really good in the state of Alabama where basketball is trending, particularly in the Southeastern Conference.
How about the ladies? The women's SEC-ACC Challenge matchups are also locked in. Both the Crimson Tide and the Tigers are hosting their individual matchups. Auburn will play host to Stanford on December the 2nd down on the Plains, while Alabama will play host to Georgia Tech on December the 3rd inside the Coleman Coliseum. All right, let's take another sports media timeout. Coming up next, some notable names from both Alabama and Auburn are on the ballot for this year's College Football Hall of Fame. We'll talk about them after the break.
Did you know Hal loves to DIY? He's tried pottery, woodworking, he's even tried fixing his own car. Hey, maybe you could take your car to Budget Breaks.
Visit budgetbreaks.com for locations, coupons, and special bonus offers.
Addiction doesn't discriminate.
It can wreck lives
and leave you without hope.
But at Bradford,
it all changes here.
Proven treatment
for alcohol and drug addiction.
It all changes at Bradford.
You can overcome alcohol and drug addiction. Call Bradford 24/7 at 888-SOBER40. 888-762-3740.
The radical left tries to weaken our culture, our country, and our elections. Not in Alabama. I'm Wes Allen. As Secretary of State, I fought liberals and won. I banned curbside voting, banned absentee ballot application harvesting, and helped put the cheaters in handcuffs. I'm Wes Allen. As your Lieutenant Governor, I'll fight every day to keep the radicals from stealing what we hold dear in Alabama.
Conservative record, not rhetoric. Wes Allen.
I will never stop fighting for Alabama values.
Happy birthday, America. Ford is celebrating this historic moment with a special limited-time offer. Employee pricing. You get the same discount we do across an impressive lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs, America's all-time best-selling auto brand. But hurry, this special offer ends soon. Now, get employee pricing across a lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs, only at your local Ford dealer.
Did you take your car to Budget Brakes?
Yeah, and they fixed my brakes for the best price in town.
Great, so no more DIY car repair, right?
Brakes starting at just $100. Alignment starting at just $59.99.
Sports Extra is sponsored by Alpha Insurance.
Welcome back, everyone. The ballot for the 2027 College Football Hall of Fame has been released, and there are some notable names for both Alabama and Auburn's football program. Let's begin with the Tigers from the Plains. Leading the way is Cam Newton, the captain of the 2010 Auburn Tigers football squad, had over 2,800 yards and 30 touchdowns through the air. He also rushed for nearly 1,500 and scored 20 more on the ground. Newton will go on to win the SEC Player of the Year, Heisman Trophy, and he led Auburn to a BCS National Championship. Newton would later become the #1 overall pick in the 2011 NFL Draft. Representing the Crimson Tide is current Houston Texans head football coach DeMeco Ryans. During Ryans' senior year at Alabama, he made 76 tackles and finished with 5 sacks. For his efforts, he was named the SEC Defensive Player of the Year for the 2005 season. He was also unanimous All-American, and he won the Lott Trophy. Ryans wrapped up his collegiate career with a solid performance that led to MVP honors at the 2006 Cotton Bowl. The Texans would select him in the second round of the 2006 draft. He would also go on to make 2 Pro Bowls. Here's a look at some other notable state-based players. That includes Auburn All-American lineman Ed King and Alabama All-American lineman and multi-time BCS national champ Barrett Jones. Former Auburn football coach Tommy Tuberville and former Alabama head man Dennis Franchione also on the ballot. We'll keep you updated on selections, which will take place later in the year. Staying on the collegiate level, Alabama A&M football head coach Sam Shade hosting his football camp on Saturday inside of Louis Cruz Stadium. The Bulldogs had a very strong turnout this weekend with talent ranging from high school all the way up to junior college. Coach Shade spoke on how this chance to step onto the collegiate field is a big opportunity for the players looking at what's next for them in their careers.
You never know who's had that opportunity to, get away from home, wherever they're from, and just come be on a college campus and have a chance to see something that can be an opportunity for them down the road, not just coming here to play football, but they see all the academic buildings and things on campus. And you hope that it inspires a lot of them. If they don't come to school here, maybe they go to school somewhere else.
Let's keep things Alabama A&M related. This week, Dr. Paul Bryant and the staff are releasing the kickoff times for all 6 Bulldog home contests. The home slate begins with the Louis Cruz Classic against Miles College on September the 5th. That contest begins at 6 p.m. 1 week later, the Legacy Series contest against Tennessee State and the Week 3 game against Bowie State also kick off at 6 p.m. Then on October the 10th, when Bethune-Cookman comes to town, that will also be a 6 p.m. kick. The following week is homecoming against Grambling. That game will be elevated up to 2 p.m. and then the home finale in November against Texas Southern also set for 2 p.m. Now, one of A&M's top receivers is heading to an arch rival. Recently, Frank Pierre announced that he is transferring to Alabama State for his final season. Last year, he was the Bulldogs' leading receiver with 548 receiving yards, and he ranked second on the team in receiving touchdowns with 5. His best game coming against Bethune-Cookman, where he caught 6 passes for 156 yards and had 2 scores. Pierre will look to fill a major void on Eddie Robinson Jr.'s team. The Hornets losing 4 of their top receivers from 2025. Moving up to the pros now, Derek Hall and the Seahawks have reached an agreement on a 3-year, $42 million extension that could be worth up to $46.5 million, $21 million guaranteed. The former Auburn Tiger had 2 sacks and a forced fumble during the Seahawks Super Bowl victory. And the Denver Broncos are giving Patrick Surtain II more money. See, he's going to get $5 million in 2026 and has a chance to get another $5 million in 2027 for making the Pro Bowl and All-Pro selection. Now, this adjustment comes during the first year of Surtain's 4-year, $96 million extension, and that was signed in 2024. All right, it's almost time to wrap up the show. Before we go, we've got Best of the Week. Stay tuned.
When your home feels clean and happy,
the people inside feel clean and happy too.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
Now, at McDonald's, a McDouble is $2.50. So Miles, Jaden, and Carl have a plan. It's called McDouble Macro Mondays. Get more value when you order from the under $3 menu.
We have no idea what the future will look like. Flying cars, self-driving shopping carts, meals that cook themselves. But I'd wager one thing stays the same. We'll always lend you a hand when you need one. Because that's not a trend, it's a habit. One we picked up 95 years ago and haven't put down since.
Okay, see you next week. All right. Good night. Good night.
The radical left tries to weaken our culture, our country, and our elections. Not in Alabama. I'm Wes Allen. As Secretary of State, I fought liberals and won. I banned curbside voting, banned absentee ballot application harvesting, and helped put the cheaters in handcuffs. I'm Wes Allen. As your Lieutenant Governor, I'll fight every day to keep the radicals from stealing what we hold dear in Alabama.
Conservative record, not rhetoric. Wes Allen.
I will never stop fighting for Alabama values.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
Watch Fox 54 News at 9 and stream on Fox 54 Plus.
And welcome back, everyone. Most people think that the summer slows things down when it comes to our sports coverage, but that's not the case at all, which means that we still have tons of great games to pull tons of great plays for Best of the Week. Mine is more of a moment. There were 3 super regional matchups across the state this weekend with spots in Omaha on the line. The first state-based team to punch their ticket was Troy. The Trojans punching their ticket to Omaha after sweeping Little Rock 12-2 and 7-2 in front of more than 13,000 fans in those 2 days. Troy is the 3rd Sun Belt team to reach the College World Series, joining the 2000 Louisiana Lafayette Raging Cajuns and the 2025 Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. Troy opens its run at the College World Series against West Virginia on Friday. And speaking of postseason college baseball, don't forget Alabama will be back in action at 11 a.m. this morning. They're in the 8th inning with a 7-2 lead over St. John's. With a victory, they punch their ticket to Omaha as well. All right, thank you so much for staying up with us on a very, very late night, early morning edition of Fox 54 Sports Extra. For the entire crew, I'm Mo Carter. Have yourself a great rest of your morning, a great rest of your week. We'll see you next time on your favorite channel.